Mamma mia! Mamma mia!
Huh? Nope. Nope.
Mamma mia!
This is Jason from Retro Gaming Asylum. Welcome to Game Masters.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome to another Game Masters. Brandy almost got me in the big, deep, hot water there before. And she says I'm old and forget things. I said, when we get to 30 seconds left, let me know. And so I'm sitting here because I was getting, our friend, the Crimey Cade, got us a video last minute that he wanted us to play. And so I'm like scrambling over here trying to get this video up, right? And I said, just so I can hit the record button so we can, record the podcast, What does she do? She tells me when there's 15 seconds left. And I was like, you're not supposed to watch the live stream. It's delayed. You're supposed to watch the stream that I'm sending you back. And she's like, oh. So
oops. My bad.
He said watch the countdown clock. He didn't specify.
I didn't say which one.
I was just watching the one that was up, with the chat. I was reading the chat, and it said 30 seconds. I didn't realize that the real chat, or like the real countdown, said like 10 seconds. Like, I didn't know that there was like a 15-20 second difference. But yeah, it's
Thanks, Brandy. I appreciate that. And to be fair, her and I have been kind of scrambling right before the show here, guys. We're going to give shout outs to everybody in here in the chat room. But our good friend Bryce JW, he had an issue with his YouTube channel. He says it was hacked. But it looks like it's locked down now. Like YouTube, we got it locked down between Brandy and I retweeting it onto YouTube, and Bryce going through the regiment that I went through. He's been messaging me for the last 45 minutes. Like, what do I do? Guys, it's really important that you help somebody when it comes to that, because I can tell you firsthand, it was not fun if Brandy wasn't on the phone and I didn't have some of the other people that called in, like Keo Dykin and stuff. I would have lost my mind. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think anybody would if you didn't have somebody to talk to, right, to calm you down. And so. Yeah. If I can ask you guys, if anybody is on Twitter, go find Brandy or I's tweet about Bryce JW and please retweet that. Okay, can we do that? Can you guys do that for us? It doesn't cost you anything if you've got a Twitter. It just helps validate him to get his channel back. Because, man, nobody wants to lose their channel. But if you can do that for us, that would be awesome. And somebody's saying echo. They might have two things open at once. There shouldn't be an echo. Are you hearing an echo?
I don't even know.
Is anybody hearing an echo? Let's just double check.
Who's echoing? Is it me or is it him? Please don't be me.
What it is, Neo Ness. I don't think though. Maybe he's just yeah. So anyways, you want to give some shout outs to the folks in the chat room?
Yeah, it looks like we have a fun little chat going on over here. So we have Jonathan Ashley in the chat, Crime Fighter,
Crimey Kid,
sending us a video that we're getting together. We have X-Men, we have Master Games Guru, Tim Keller, we have Ted Adam Green, Growlbound Gaming, The Real Console Fanboy. Okay, he said it's getting better, so hopefully
no, it might have been on his side. Everybody else is saying they're not hearing an echo, so he might have just had two browsers open. It's all good. It's all good.
And I just moved this a little closer too, so maybe it was too close to my speaker or something. I had to do a little bit of rearranging over here. I'm still trying to figure it all out. We have Castlemania Games in here.
Castlemania Games, what's going on?
So look, we have Neo Ness in here as well. We have quite a few people. Everyone's having a good time.
We have the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. Neo Ness. Listen, guys, if you want to stay up on everything that has to do with Neo Geo, he is your guy. I suggest you go like rush to his channel and you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you do that. Good friend of the channel. Love hanging out with him. And he knows his stuff about Neo Geo. I learned a lot even in his last video, where he was talking about the different boards in it and all that stuff. CC Games is here. What's going on? This is the guy responsible for my 3D printing addiction. So just want to let everybody know that it's all his fault.
He said it's an addiction. Just so you guys know, he said he has a problem.
I didn't say I had a problem. I said it's an addiction. There's a big difference there with that.
Well, that leads to the other, right? That's like all.
No. You need an intervention, like last night. She's on the podcast last night,
I didn't do nothing. I have nothing.
Yeah.
To be no.
So let's get some laundry. What do they call that? Laundry list. Let's take care of the details here in the beginning of the podcast. House cleaning. That's what they call it. Housekeeping. Housekeeping. That's what they call it. Housekeeping.
Sounds like you are not.
No, they do it on webinars and stuff like that. What are we doing tomorrow night at 9:30, Brandy?
Yes. So if you guys cannot get enough of us tonight, okay, we are going to be on a podcast. It's on my buddy's channel, Red Bandana Gaming. So if you guys are familiar, I'll go ahead and share the link to to his channel and everything as well, like throughout on Instagram and everything else. I'll post a link there. But pretty much tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m., we are going to be on a podcast. So if you guys cannot get enough of us and you guys want more, or if you are tired of us and you want to listen to someone else too, just stop on by. We'll go ahead and share those links. And if you guys want to check that out, once again, it's Red Bandana Gaming. And I think we're going to have a good time talking about some different things.
And if that's just not enough, you're also going to get us on Saturday night because we invade PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Brandy and myself will be there with the good folks over at the PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast. Sean, Will, Radical Reggie, all those guys over there. We're going to have a blast. I know we're going to have some fun over there. So
yeah, it'll be a great time. You'll see like how things are different too. Like I think that's going to be like an after hour show. Like that might be.
This is more the laid back show. Yeah, I think that's more of a
yes, Eastern time.
Yes, it's all Eastern time. It's all piled into 1 week. So if you're fans of these shows, make sure you tune in because we will be guests coming up on that. And then we've got a huge thing coming at the end of May, but we're not going to tell you about it just yet.
Why would you do that? We might even have pizza.
Well, no, we know we'll have pizza because I know somebody's going to have pizza. But we're not going to tell them because we're going to make sure we're going to wait until they come back. You got to come back. We'll tell you in a week or two when we get all the final details. But we can tell them this much. It has something to do with you and I being in person, covering a certain event that's local to me.
And it's not a convention.
It's not a convention. So there's going to be a lot of content from Brandy and I. Yeah. And a lot of shenanigans, I think, are going to be happening.
Yeah, and I will not be doing any countdowns because apparently I'm bad at that.
No, you're not doing countdowns. Hey, my buddy Carlos, he's over here as well. He's in here. You guys heard me talk about Project Retro Games.
Yeah.
I've got actually something for Carlos that's going to be going out. I already told him he's getting one of my first Sonic the Hedgehogs that I printed. He's been gracious in sending me a ton of his Replicate games and such for the different systems, and I am super excited and tickled about it. So I'm going to put together a little package to send to him, and I think he's going to like it. But you guys go on Instagram and check out Project Retro Games, and you'll know all about what I'm talking about. He'll take Terminator, like the arcade game, and he'll put the actual movie soundtrack to it. It's really awesome. And instead of getting like the terrible sounds and everything like that.
Fantastic job. You definitely have to check out just all his like translations and everything else that he does too. Like it's really cool. You've
heard of the game River City Girls, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. There is no physical edition out anywhere. It's all digital, except Mr. Project Retro Games. He has a physical edition for the Sega Genesis, and I have one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So those are the types of things he does. All right. Crime Fighter question. With the recent controversies and major losses with live services and AAA titles, with Sony exit gaming in the next 5 years? No.
Yeah, why would that happen?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I guess we should address the one news because I don't think it's really much of a news, but I think we should address it. And it's not this guy here. Hang on a second. I got to pull this up. Socrates 77. He said I'm waiting for my 3D print of Gamer Aimers tub and wanting. Okay. That's not what I was going to get at. The recent news, Brandy, that Sony is now requiring, as of the March update. I don't think this is a really big deal, honestly, but hear me out. The recent update in March has made it so, Brandy, every 30 days you have to connect your console to the internet in order to validate your license. Otherwise, it deactivates. And I'll tell you why I don't think it's a big deal. And then obviously you give me your thoughts and guys in the chat room. The reason I don't think this is a big deal is you have to do this already with software on a computer. You have to connect. If you have Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Premiere, you got to do it anyways. And it comes back to licensing, right? Licensing. You're only licensed to the game. This is why we've been preaching physical. Brandy, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I want to do like a little bit more digging on it, but I just think it's like crazy that like where things, okay, they're saying it's not every 30 days, it's once within 30 days of
it's
purchasing.
once within 30 days. It's the same thing. Yeah.
I think it is just like a little crazy of like companies telling you what you can and can't do type of thing. So I think that's the thing that like I just don't like. I guess. I mean, I get there's like some other points and
But this
and
is the
that's
trade-off.
maybe it.
This is the trade-off for people that wanted digital.
Yeah, I don't like that, obviously. Like,
Right.
I don't like that direction. And, like, Castlevania games, it's a step in the wrong direction at the very least. Like, I don't want someone telling me what I can and can't do. I don't want to have to be forced to do something.
This.
And, yeah. Yeah, waking up. People should be waking up about digital games. Like, I just think it's crazy. And I think, we'll probably get into even more on this topic and stuff tomorrow on that podcast.
Yes.
But I just don't quite know. I don't like it. I don't like this new world.
I like it for the simple fact is maybe that's a feather in the cap for us good guys that want physical hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got guys like Castlevania Games. He's in the chat room. Okay, they make a bunch of different retro consoles. Like the Retron 5 is one that they were gracious and sent me. I have it set up there. We're taking it to conventions, right? So we could show some different games from the different conventions in the booth that we're going to have. That's a little bit of a spoiler of what we're planning, but we got some other stuff in the works. But
I know you've been like really excited.
No, I'm being cryptic with it. But they're all about saving physical. It's not like I don't want to see digital take over. I don't want to do that. DG says I hate when people do that.
Yeah, no one wants that. And then okay, I also like the GameStop post throwing shade on it. The GameStop posted something. When was this? Yesterday, around noon. They said GameStop play really has no limits at GameStop. We believe games should work for players, not against them. If you own it, you should be able to play it anytime, anywhere, whether you're online or offline. We're here to help. So now they're giving you 10% off 2 to 3 pre-owned games, 20% off 4 to 5, 30% off 6 or more. So like they even like threw some shade when this all went down. Like
I see Mr. PD Retro Mods in the chat room as well. Brian, I don't know if you saw my message last night. If you're coming to Korg's, I'm bringing my joystick and the extra one, so hopefully you can solder it and fix my other TriCaster board. I know I should have sent it to you over the time off, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Castlevania games, I just read it and laughed. If they want to rest their case on you're only licensing the game, they should change the buy now to rent now. I think that's hilarious.
They're right.
They should put a rent now.
And this is what people don't understand. When you tell them, just like these digital videos or VHS or movies that you buy, you're buying these movies and they're digital. Mm-hmm. You don't own them. You're renting them. If all of a sudden they lose the license to that, Apple's going to remove it. Who was it? Didn't Sony do that at one point? They removed movies, or was it Google? They removed movies that were in people's libraries because they lost the licensing for it. Like, what are you guys going to do when that happens to these games and you can't download it anymore?
Yep. I think people then will start to realize that us crazy hoarders over here are onto something because we have retro, we have physical media.
Yeah, you almost have to. You have to have people have consequences. I hate to say it, for these very things. Otherwise, they're not going to get it. PNX World, what's up in the chat room?
Hey, howdy.
This is why I don't mess with modern consoles, PS3 and up. For me, I just want to play the games and have a good time. And this is why everybody's so excited about the Neo Geo AES Plus.
Yes.
No downloads. No patches. Brand new console. I think this is going to rebirth. Okay, you guys tell me what you think. Brandy, tell me what you think. So, with the whole records, you know, wax albums that you put on a record player and it plays, Okay.
Yeah, the back in the day thing.
Back in the day thing.
Time.
Well,
okay, got
my
it.
daughter was I was around her and her friends, and they're like, "Oh, we got the new Rolling Stones album," and I'm like, "You guys still call CDs albums?" And they're like, "No, we got the vinyl. We got the real thing. We got vinyl."
Oh, they think they're cool.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, well, I mean, they are. I mean, the vinyl's probably at least they're up at times. My point is, they think vinyl is cool.
Yeah, it's
okay. We went
back.
from MP3 to vinyl, essentially, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering with this like surge of AES people that are buying all this, including ourselves. I already know for a fact, I've read it in a couple articles, that they're working on another console of another system that has not been remade. Nobody knows what it is, but they are working on another console. So there's a little behind the curtains there for you guys.
Get your wallets ready now.
Yeah, exactly. Be prepared. It's coming this year yet. What do you think, Brandy, about maybe this is the resurgence of a physical video game? Like, we've been going through the whole lag. Now the kids are wanting physical media now.
I mean, like I said, too, like in a lot of my videos, like we've all been doing those Neo Geo videos. But like the really great thing is that I think this opens it up for more people. Like literally, if we don't have the younger generation jump into this, we're all going to die off. And physical media and retro gaming will die off too. I mean, let's face it, some of y'all are getting older. Not me. But some of y'all are getting older.
You're getting older too, miss. I walk with a cane.
Hey!
Oh!
Yes. No, we all are. But
I don't walk with a cane.
No, we all are getting older. No,
okay.
My point being, it's like we need to do something, and I really think it's great that all this hype is coming around it. I know people like comment, and there's like one or two people that are like against it, and they're like, if I wanted it, I could just get the original, or the games are too expensive. Yeah, there's like one or two people pretty much. But it's like most people are on board with it, and I really think that this could potentially get that younger generation in. Like a lot of us, not me, but a lot of people have kids and they're getting their kids into this stuff. Maybe these consoles are bringing that like resurgence, like getting more people involved. And maybe something like this company, and if there's more, and if they keep releasing more, maybe this will be that bump that we need. Maybe other companies will see it and try and do something as well. And I think that'll be great, because if we don't get more people involved, and if we keep shying away and we just accept what's going on, this is going to be nowhere. Like, this is not going to be it,
No, you're 100% right. And even DG. Whoa! Brandy's getting some storms over there, just so everybody knows. We weren't sure if that was gonna stay nice, but we'll see. She goes
putting time out.
No, you're good. This is why DG says, this is why I'm glad my son collects retro like me. That's what my kids do. My kids collect retro too. He can take over my collection once I'm gone. I've said the same thing. I think that's important, and I think teaching your kids, like you're saying, DG, I think that is important too. Like all these folks out here that have kids, I've seen some of the parents, like the kids don't want nothing to do with the retro stuff. Look at John Riggs, right? Or not John Riggs, excuse me, John Hancock. His kids want nothing to do with this retro stuff. That's why he donated it, Yeah, I liked. Did you see the comment in my chat there for from Daryl Best?
I know.
Grandma Gamer Ahmer over here. I like that one. We're gonna have to remember that one. Hashtag Grandma Gamer Ahmer. That's the 3 G's.
Keep it up.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna show
like
up at one of
that.
these conventions dressed up as a grandma and put some gray hair on. Keep it up.
That
We'll
would
see.
that would actually be funny. Be quite honest with you. Uh, but I think it's important. Like I show like a lot of the kids that come over to my game room and over to the house. Like I show them the games and I talk to them a little bit about the games. They'll ask, they're like, "Oh, what's this game?" I was like, "Okay, this came out in 1987. Believe it or not, this was one of the first games that we'll use Mario Brothers as an example. This was the first Mario Brothers game, and then they could sit down and play it. And they're like, "Wow, you actually played this?" And we're like, "Yeah, you know." Then you really feel old. But they've come to appreciate it. A lot of these kids, and they like coming over and learning about the games. And I think the more we can educate these kids, the less likelihood of digital completely taking over. After all, everybody said video killed the radio star. I think there was an 80s song about that, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? Radio's still here today, and it's still powerful. So we got to hold on to physical, guys. What it was an 80s song, Let's Get Physical? We should adopt that. That should be the official retro gaming song.
We are spiraling. This is great. I love it.
You did it, not me.
The comments are hilarious. I am just cracking up over here. I could just read the comments all night and just laugh. This is great. People are so funny.
Yep.
No, but I agree with that. I think we just have to kind of see what happens, and maybe this, like everything that's going on, like will be a wake up call, and then a lot of this will be like hype for new things, and you know, we'll just kind of have to see where things go. But I'm really hoping that this can kind of go in the right direction, even though it doesn't look like it right now.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
Oh, what is this? What did she said? Oh, the Bugle sang that song. Okay. More than I know about the 80s when it comes to the song.
I hear it in my head, like singing it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm not gonna attempt to imitate that because we will get copyrighted. Because I'll sound
Either that or we'll lose the whole chat room. They'll start hearing you sing. My
You
goodness.
thought the echo was bad earlier.
Yeah, right. All right. Let's get into our main topic here, what we have tonight before this really spirals out of control. The main topic. This was brought on by you guys. So if you don't like the topic, it's your fault because you guys suggested it.
Yeah.
Collected it all. Brandy, what does that mean? As of course I asked her as she's taking a huge swig of water. Now she's going to choke and then she's going to be like,
you know how like the teacher goes to call on someone and like you like look away real quick and you're just like, oh God, don't pick me. Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's exactly.
Are you done with your Dasani water?
Oh, it's not even that fancy.
Oh, okay. Well,
so pretty much collecting it all, obviously, some people have been collecting, for quite some time. And when there's different stages of collecting. We kind of all go through it. Like you start finding these games, you start finding deals, and you just start collecting everything. You go a little crazy and anything that comes your way that's a good deal, you just take it in. And then as you get to have all the common stuff or like the cheaper items, you start honing in on those like uncommon or rare games type of thing. And then next thing you know, you start collecting and hoarding and you fill up your bathtub with standees and all kinds of things. And then it just feels like you go into a game store and maybe you own everything, or maybe nothing's standing out to you. Maybe you can't find the items that you really want, or maybe the deal isn't quite there and it's just quite out of reach. I think like all of that together is kind of like you get to this point where you're like, have I collected it all?
I don't know, Brandy. Have you collected it all? This is your intervention after all.
I knew it was coming.
Oh, it's a good point. Because I remember when I first started collecting and started getting into console stuff, like I would go to, this is before Goodwills and everything got smart and they started sending the good stuff back. I would buy whatever they had. to fill up my collection. I would just start buying and buying and buying. I didn't care what system. I didn't care if it was 25-cent Atari games, because the way I looked at it, Brandy, is if I didn't want them, I could always flip them to get stuff that I did want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it turned into now I'm collecting for every system that's out there, which is not practical. So I've kind of slowed down, and I've been slowly just buying things that I want for systems that I have a passion for or have never had, like in the case of the Neo Geo. Never had one as a kid. Always wanted one since I started collecting, and even as a kid, never had one. So now's my opportunity. But I found myself, unless the opportunity is there, and this is where I think a lot of the people in the chat room might even agree with this statement. You say, okay, well, I'm going to stick to Nintendo, or I'm going to stick to PlayStation. I have a tendency, and this is me, I'm not saying everybody has this problem. The tendency that I have is, if I get a good deal on a lot of Super Nintendo games, I buy the dang things, even though I'm not really collecting specifically for that system. I feel like that's a trap that video game enthusiasts and collectors fall into. Do you fall into that as well?
Duh.
I had to ask.
You know me. So I'm at a point where, like, if deals are too good to be true, I'm still jumping on them. Like, I like finding the deals, and whether or not I'm like honing in on that one thing, like, I'm all over the place. Like, I have all these games coming in, that I may or may not have ordered from the couch,
Did you order the $1,000 Neo Geo set?
No.
Okay,
I kind
good.
of wish I did, though.
Probably could still get it.
I know. With everything else I was ordering, I couldn't. But no, it's like, I think as we do get older and we have more of these larger collections, you start to curate. But at the same time, if the deal comes its way, you're not going to pass up on it. Like, if I find a $200 GameCube game for $5-10, I'm going to buy it all day long.
Right.
Whether I need it to complete the set, or whether I even want it, or, whatever. Because if the deal's too good to be true, it's like, I still want to get those deals. I don't want to miss out on it. Like, if you find $100 bill on the ground, are you going to walk away because you go, no,
yeah,
you're
I already got
pick
money
it
in my
up.
wallet.
Yeah, you're going to pick it up every single time. Like, it's just, how it goes. But I just think as you get into this collecting, like, you start to curate a little bit more, and then you, like, maybe take those deals or things that you don't necessarily want anymore, or that, you don't need, and you can trade them or even sell them. People do that, and then they take that money and they put it back into their collection, and they kind of focus in on what they really want. And I don't see anything wrong with that at all. Things are getting more expensive, and that's kind of how the way things are. And we all try to stick to something that we like doing and we like buying for, and some of us just kind of go off the path a little bit, and then we go a little crazy.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know there's people that are like yourself who you just love nostalgia. You love 80s toys, video games, like, you'll collect everything, but you also have the space. I think PNX World mentioned it in the chat room that space is often a big detriment and deter, if you will, of people collecting so much. And yeah, I'm actually at that point in my console room. Those of you that have seen my tour, I'm really at the point where I'm really packing things in there. And so I've often said I'm going to take, and I even take some of the boxes from some of the stuff and stuff them in my arcade 1-ups that are over here. But I've often thought I'm going to open the arcade 1-ups in the front so I can put video games in them instead of having the kick plates in front, because that would give me so much extra space, to put these games, Brandy, to where I could have room. The other option is that I sell them, which my kids really don't want me to do, and neither do the friends, because they play them when they come over. But I guess time's going to tell. And so there comes a point where I think you have to make a decision. You have to decide. I think anybody that's honed in on one console has decided to give up something in their collection. Like, I know I did with Daryl. There were some games that I had that I traded to get games that I wanted for the Nintendo, because that's what I was collecting for. You wouldn't have done that. You're the one that comes and hey, I got 3 of these. Do you need one?
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. I don't really like getting rid of things that I only have one of. Like, you know me, I get attached to things, and whether that's a problem or not, I just enjoy it. But it's just if I find duplicates, then I'll look to you and be like, "Hey, you want to work out a deal?"
Yeah.
Or "Hey, you want this?" Or like I just like ask people and pretty much go from there.
And I'm all for it. But I don't collect the toys like you do. That's one thing at least I could say I don't do. I don't collect the toys. I don't have the room. I have a few things, but I don't really, do that. It's funny. CC Games here said third option is to start a game store. Brandy could definitely start a game store times 3. I think a game and toy store.
Yeah, I could. Welcome. Nothing's for sale. Goodbye.
DG says, yeah, if I found that kind of cash, I would turn that in. That's not right to keep it. A penny, I leave that too. A lot of times I pick up the penny and put it in that give a penny, take a penny. I don't know if your areas still do that, but we have gas stations here that still do that.
Yeah.
PNX World says, I'm afraid of owning a game store. And Crime Fighter says, someone asked me to buy my Vanguard arcade game. I won't sell it because it was the first one in the collection. I think there's some things, Brandy, that not everybody is going to want or get. I do want to bring this up real quick. Bryce was messaging me. You guys remember at the top of the hour, he had said that YouTube got it locked down, got his channel locked down, which is good. And if it's like mine, they did send him an email. He said that in 48 hours, he'll get it unlocked. Usually it's a little bit before 48 hours. That's how mine was, Brandy. Remember, it was like 10 hours before that. So good news on that. Like I said, I've been messaging him back and forth. He's in the chat room here.
Okay.
Hey, Bryce. He has a different chat handle because obviously he's.
Yeah.
But I don't want anybody to go through that because I had to go through that. So I'm glad it worked out, Bryce. I'm glad things are moving in the right direction for you because that is scary. Let me tell you.
Yep.
It's not something I would want to deal with personally. I see you jumped over to your chat. So.
Yeah. No, it's just if you guys can, we just stay vigilant on things like that. And if someone does go through something like that, definitely help retweet, reshare, do things like that. That way it can, help expedite the process and everything. And hopefully he can get that all taken care of.
Yeah. Can we talk about this comment for a second? I think this is right up there with CC Games. I don't want to open a game store. That's for sure. But that's a really good question because I see more and more people owning or trying to open up a game store. Excuse me. Whether they're doing it on Whatnot, or some of these other platforms. I don't have an answer for that one. Do you have an answer for that one?
I mean, I think some people it just makes sense if they're in it for money and things like that, and they're in a community or area that they want to build a community and maybe they didn't have one and they have a strong following on social media. I mean, it just kind of makes sense financially if that's something that you're interested in. And if it's something that you've always dreamed of. I mean, I do see that a lot, but at the same time, I don't really fault anyone. It just kind of depends on who it is and what their location is, if that was their dream all along. But the thing is, like, if you are going to open up a game store, you have to decide, like, can you let things go and can you put the business and financials ahead of your own nostalgia? I think that's like a differentiating. Like, I think that would be like a struggle for me. If I went to open up a store, I would need different inventory because I wouldn't want to sell some of my stuff.
I was just going to say that. Like, I watch Sly Cooper and obviously we all watch Retro Rick to an extent. And those two guys that own game stores. Now, I can't talk about any of the other guys that own game stores that were YouTubers at one point. But these two guys are actively collecting, to my knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And Cooper it's got to be tough for him, man, because he doesn't just collect inbox stuff. He collects pristine inbox stuff. So I know a lot of his videos he talks about how, and I respect a lot of his videos and what he says, stuff comes in from the store. He takes that and swaps it with stuff that he has at home if it's in better shape, Brandy.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing with a lot of different systems. Like, he does that with all of them, but he's working on that, like, right now, I think, with, like, the GameCube. He wants to get, like, the manuals, the registration card. Like, he wants to upgrade everything. So, like, that takes it to an extreme, too, because it's like, you need to make money for the store, but at the same time, he wants to make sure his collection is good, you know?
Well, and that's it. And even he's been at a couple points where he's like, I don't know if I can do this anymore and keep keep an income and keep collecting. Like, he's almost to the point where maybe he's going to sell his collection. I think it gets to that point where I don't know. I've never worked for GameStop. I know a lot of people in the chat room, Brandy, have said that they've worked for GameStop and it's a nightmare. And it might be. I mean, I couldn't say I could work for GameStop, but when you have like a mom and pop's shop, like Hilltop Retro, that's close here in Ohio. Kyle, I don't know if you guys know Kyle. He stops by our booth when we're at conventions, and he'll watch our lives when we're at the conventions and whatnot. And he owns Hilltop Retro here in Ohio, and obviously you got CC Games in here, who also owns. These are mom and pop shops.
Yeah.
These aren't like chains. I think because these guys own their own shop, they're their own boss, they're in charge of their own inventory. They're to the point now they don't have to go hunt this stuff down, Brandy. It just comes into their store.
Yeah.
I think that almost makes it easy for them, and it makes it more fun because they get to have hands-on with some of this stuff and obviously get to sell it, right?
Yeah, because at the same time, it's like, as a regular person, it's like, we have to go out and look for those items. When you do have a store, people bring things into you, and I bet you see like some of the craziest stuff. Like, there's some stores around me that when they get a kiosk or something, they just give them my information and they say, hey, reach out to her, of course with my permission, because it's not something that they could literally take in a mall at the store because of space. Like, they're very limited in space. So what they did was, someone had a Nintendo 64 kiosk. They brought them pictures of it. And they said, hey, would you buy something like this? And they said, I mean, we could, but it's just space is limited here. Or, you could talk to our friend. So it's just.
Oh, Radical Reggie. Of course he's going to leave a comment like this. This is a preview of what you can expect on Saturday night.
Oh, I can't wait. It's
I was in their chat room on Saturday night and they were talking about it, and I don't know if you guys know this or not. I'm just going to let you know, but Reggie took a break from YouTube for quite some time when he hit 100,000 subscribers. This is why. He was so afraid that people were going to make fun of him because he was going all digital. Yeah, you heard it right. You heard it first here. He was going all digital. And so he is the biggest fan when it comes to digital media. He won't tell you this, but he tries to play it off as I'm the biggest fan when it comes to digital media. But it's actually him. And Will in the chat room, he'll probably back me up on that. But I'm sure this debate is going to come up on Saturday night.
Oh, he's going to give you a hard time.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I welcome it. That's okay. I can handle it. And in all seriousness, Reggie, Bryce just had his channel hacked too. Be careful, people. Be careful. Yes, we'll call him Digital Reggie. There you go. I like that, CC Games.
See, that like kind of flows. I could see
Digital
that.
Reggie. I like it. he's still coming back at me.
Oh man.
I'll pull it up here. He goes, Tech Buzz told me double dipping lead to filthy flipping. There it is.
That kind of rolls off the tongue too.
I
Look
like
at
it.
that.
I like it. I like it. It's great to see you, Reggie. I'm glad you were able to stop in here. Retro AF Brandy, next time someone tries to sell you on OG Xbox kiosk, send them my way. Are you kidding me? She'll take 4 or 5 of them and she'll just leave them in her house until Stephanie yells at her.
Well, I have a couple different ones. So if it's the same exact model, I'll pass it your way. But if it's a different model, I gotta keep it.
No, man,
You know?
100%. Yeah, check the Twitter. Me, Brandy, and a few others were retweeting it, trying to get him. We got it to the point where it's locked down now. So he's all good. He's just got to wait the 48 hours. So
It's just so frustrating when things like that happen.
yeah, sorry to jump around with that, but I know Reggie was with us when mine got hacked. All right, Alfred, y'all are lucky. The only thing I collect is boogers under my desk. Well, that sounds like a personal problem there, my good friend. But I would suggest you start collecting these things called tissues. They have different brands. Maybe you could be the first one to collect tissues. You know,
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Look at us solving problems over
Hey,
here.
that's what we do here. We're game masters solving problems. But I wonder, like, so with the collections, when you get to a certain point, do you think? Let's go back to room, because PNX World brought that up. When you run out of room, does that kind of take the wind out of your sails, so to speak, for collecting? That makes you kind of want to stop, or, and I'm not asking you this, Brandy. I'm asking even like the chat room and people that don't have a lot of space. Or do you find ways to make it work? Do you call, like I was saying, do you open up things to stack other things in it? Do you do what Brandy does, put it in the bathtub? Do you put it in your garage? Do you just keep it and put it in storage? Or do you just say, you know what, maybe I need to stop collecting, or maybe I need to curate my collection. Maybe I need to go through some stuff. I wasn't going to do that, but now I'm going to curate it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people do that. Like, they start to realize I'm out of space. And I think the thing that I always said is I didn't really want to have to store things away from me. Like, people just tell me, go get a storage unit, go get, something like that. But the thing is, you're paying money on that. You don't have access to it. And at that point, it's like not as fun not seeing it. Like, I love looking around this room and seeing all these, childhood items that I like grew up with. Like, I used to have Power Ranger toys. Now I have like a whole bookshelf. Like, just seeing this stuff, it brings me joy. If all this was packed up in tote bins, I think that would, put it a little bit upsetting. Like, that would definitely put like a damper on it, because it's like you don't get to see it. You don't get to enjoy it. That's kind of what this stuff is. You want to enjoy the games. You want to play the games. I'm not really, playing with toys over here, but I at least get to look at the stuff and just like think back on the times where I did play with some of the toys. But it's like I could see how that would be upsetting. So then what do? Do you reorganize so that you could fit more? Do you start to cut back on things that maybe you aren't enjoying? Like, we only have so much wall space. We only have so much shelf space. We only have so much where we can put shelves, where you can put these items. You just have to like capitalize on that, space that you have and just try and make it work.
Yeah, that's why I wonder, because you think about places like in California, they don't have basements.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for them to have basements, so they're jealous of the people here in the East and even in the Midwest. And not everybody has a finished basement, right? There's a lot of places that they have basements, and I looked at houses like old farmhouses where you have to kind of like bend over in the basements. Like, they're useless for anything but like whatever's down there. Like, you really can't do anything with it. So, you and I, we have finished basements. Would that be a prerequisite? Because Will talked about, you just remodel. Would you remodel?
Yeah, I mean, when I bought this house, I literally was just only keeping in mind the basement. Like, if this was unfinished, I would not have bought this house. That was 100% of something that I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the kitchen. I didn't care about anything else, really, like on this particular house. I just saw the basement and I was like, you know what? That looks like something that could fit all my stuff. And then when I started moving the stuff in, I was like, this is quickly filling up. And then I was like, All right, I'm gonna have to like makeshift a wall. So I like put two bookshelves back to back. I like separated the room off, and I like just kept hoarding and putting things. And it's like, every so often when I'm down there filming and stuff, I'm constantly rearranging or like shifting things around. And even with this room, like when I first came in here, like the shelves were like only to here, like, and then I got taller shelves that go all the way up. And then I like started putting stuff on the very tippy tops of the bookshelves. But when I first moved in here, you could see walls. Now you really can't see that many walls. Then I like, you take off the closet doors so that you have access to the closet as like an extended room. Like I know that sounds crazy.
No, I've seen a lot of people do that. They take the closet doors off.
Yeah. Like I saw people do it, and then I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I could put a desk in there, put my Hot Wheels PC on it, put my OG Batman television with the matching DVD player and the remotes. Like I could put that there. I could have like this little retro setup if I ever get the urge to play some Windows 98 and play some of those classic games. Like
you wouldn't know what to do with it.
I know. I need someone to help me install it. I have the disc. I just need to figure out if the power brick is bad in it.
Oh, it won't turn on?
No, it does, but like he said he had it replaced. And then I don't know if you just stick the disc in and then it magically like updates, or do you have to
with our May excursion, you might have to bring it with you.
Okay.
So
we'll have to figure something out. Even if I like left it until like the next weekend too.
Yeah.
And then
I'll bring it up to course.
With it. That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just like, that was like a good idea. Like I just maximized what little space I had in this like extra spare bedroom up here.
Yep.
But it's like you start to collect more and more, and then you do eventually run out of space. Like people ask me what I don't have, and I always tell them enough space.
Well, I think that's everybody's in this collecting genre, if you will, with anything, right? It's harder. Well, if we were collecting statues, it'd be a lot harder. But video games, for some reason, like it never turns out to be just video games, right? It turns out to be video games, magazines, statues, figures. Oh, and then you turn into a guy like me in CC Games, and you start 3D printing all your statues for your game room. So now you need all this kind of room for your 3D printers, like I do.
Yeah.
So, like right now, I'm over here printing Mega Man's foot on that machine, and then my other machine, believe it or not, the other machine. I don't know if I have the other machine pulled up here. 6. Yeah, the other machine is doing Mega Man's face. So when you got a game room, being a game collector is tough, Brandy. Nobody told us this was all involved.
Yeah, like I didn't know what I was getting into.
Nobody told me this was part of how everything was going to be. Like you start going after these I don't know, these statues that are, Brandy has in her basement, finds them for like $20 or $30, and they're worth, I don't know, 10, 15 grand. She just happens to find them on the side of the road, brings them back. Us, no, we have to go and make them out of 3D prints.
Yeah, I mean, I do get lucky. I just hope he's not floating away down there, because there's a lot of rain outside that's making me a little bit nervous. So hopefully I don't go down there and everyone's swimming. Wouldn't that be a fun time?
Oh boy. Insane D Gamer in the house.
Yeah.
He's just saying what's up. And Reggie and Bryce are talking about his channel. I'm glad to see that they at least locked it down. He'll get it back in a couple days. Don't do what I did. Don't sweat it. I sweat it. And then when I got it back, I was just so excited. So everything worked out. Well, let's listen to we have our community video, if you will. Our good friend Crime Fighter, the Crimey-Cade. Brandy, he sent in a video, and so let's see what he has to say. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, I'm Chris Sebastian from Play It Games, Movies, and Music, serving Central Ohio with 3 locations. You are watching Game Master.
What are your thoughts?
That's a great question.
Well,
That's a great question. Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Bit of a question on when do you slow down or stop collecting altogether? You can't collect everything. There is no point when you collect everything, but there is a point where you have more stuff than you can play. And right now, I just got through my 21st Midwest Gaming Classic. And for the last few years, I've come out of there and I've not bought a single game. Because I have stuff that I previously bought that I've never played. And why is that? Because my primary focus is on arcade games. I'm score chasing. Why do you think I'm the 2021 Galaxy Coast Arcade Gamer of the Year? There's a lot to harvest because in the arcade scoring community, because I really didn't participate in that during the 70s and 80s when I grew up. There wasn't an easy way to do it. Submit scores. Yeah, I didn't have a way to submit stuff on videotape. Cameras were kind of hit or miss because of that refresh bar on these monitors. So, yeah, I'm not collecting any more games right now. Once in a while, if I see something that I'd like to have in my collection, I may buy it. The last game I acquired happened to be High Seas Havoc by Day East because I knew the arcade game. It was a T20 game in competition. So, you only have so much room, and I'm not as crazy as collector as Brandy the Gamer Ahmer. Her base, I don't know how she fits it all. And I don't think the bathtub is a good place to store games. Because what if somebody accidentally turns the water on? I'm Stephen Lucas for the Crime Cave podcast. I will be streaming tomorrow night. My guests will be Mega Retro Man, Paul Tessie, and Nightmare, James Sorey, as we talk about the aftermath of the Retro Gaming Championships at the Game On Expo in Phoenix, Arizona. I'll see you then.
All right. Well, I think some of the guys, I was cracking up because Retro AF, he's like, well, he's not yelling as bad as he normally does. I got a good chuckle out of that. I thought that was pretty good.
I think it just comes through as like a little louder sometimes. Because we adjust us and then some of the other ones.
I'll be honest, I didn't adjust this one, Brandy. I just threw it in because we were running out of time. I should have adjusted it, but he gave it to us with 2 minutes to spare, Mr. Crime Fighter.
Yeah. No, but I do appreciate it. I think it's like a valid point, like he brings up the fact of space. He also brings up my bathtub. So I understand that,
He's
it
right though. What if somebody turns on the water?
Yeah. I mean, my brother almost did that. My brother is a plumber. He's a plumber, and he came over and he replaced the sink down there. I had a pedestal sink, and I didn't want that. I wanted one where I could like store stuff in it. So he replaced it, and when he did, you know how like the gases from not using a shower?
Yeah.
He went to go reach in there, and he realized there were boxes and stuff in there, so he didn't turn it on. But he said that I do need to take the stuff out periodically and run the water so that the gases don't come
build
up
in the trap.
Yeah, exactly. So every so often I have to take out all the stuff, run the shower for however long, let it all dry, and I have to physically dry it out, and then I have to like start stacking the stuff back in there. But like obviously that's not an ideal situation, like he's saying. Like ideally, I wish I had more room for all the standees. If I had a spot to put them, like in a better display situation than, you know.
But I do the same thing, but I don't store it in the bathroom. I store it behind shelves. Like I've got a Brock Lesnar WWF or WWE 2K17, I think it is.
Hmm.
But I have to put it behind the shelf because I don't have any room for the standee in the game room. And then
Oh yeah, I know which one, because those are kind of big too.
they're huge. And then I've got the big
Yeah.
Mario Day standee that the GameStop had.
Yep. That one's big too.
And that one's really big. That's almost as wide as a wall. And so I have to put it behind. Like if you guys were to look really closely at my room tours, you'll see I've got standees behind the wall. It keeps them flat,
Hmm.
but it also I don't know what to do with them. I wasn't going to turn them down. I mean, they gave them to me for free. I've got the Donkey Kong Bonanza one over here on the side because I don't know where else to put that one, but I didn't want to get rid of it because it's they're not easy to find.
Yeah, like I like them when they're open. So I actually have like some Zelda ones still sealed. It's for
Okay.
like the Switch. I think it's something where you can like hang things on a peg. I've been like debating. I'm like, I don't even know what to do with it. It's like for a store owner or something. And then I also have that Mike Tyson's Punch Out standee that
There you can see.
every day I just keep thinking about. And I'm like, why do I need it sealed? Like, what am I doing with it? What's the end goal with it? Am I going to display it somewhere? Probably not, because it'll like get brittle and start to break down. Like, I'd rather have an opened one on display in my game room that I could see. So it's just like, you teeter with these ideas, and it's like, why do I have some of this stuff? But then it's like, what do? I just keep it, and I just keep thinking about it. Like,
So
just don't
with
know.
with that in mind, have you given the thought to selling top dollar your sealed ones to get ones that are open?
I did. I thought about that, but like the open ones barely come up, and like no one that has an open one is gonna trade me for the sealed one with money on top of it, because then
Right.
they're gonna want to open one. And like someone did offer me almost $10,000 for the Mike Tyson, sealed one, but I'm telling you, it's worth more than that. Like I know it's worth more than that. And then if like something crazy were to happen, with Mike Tyson, like things go up in like insane values, but it's like I like the fact that I have it, but it's like it's tucked away behind one of my kiosks, and it's like what do you do with it at that? It's the only known sealed one. So like what do you do?
Something like that I think I would keep. But some of the other ones, I would try to sell them for top dollar so that way you could get stuff for your game room if you really don't have the space for it.
Yeah.
I don't know, just my thought. What would you guys do in the chat room if you had a tub full of standees like Brandy? Would you sell them for top dollar and get the games that you need for your collections to complete certain collections? Or would you try to find space for them and
Yeah.
just keep them?
Yeah, like obviously I like the standees and stuff better than some of the games, like all like the football games and like the baseball game, like the olden ones. Like I'm not gonna really play those. I just have them in some of like the sets, but it's like I like the standees because they're like one of a kind. Like I have an Injustice 2. I love that game. I love Batman. I love everything about, those games. I love fighters. Like I have the full standee right here blocking this computer setup because I didn't know where to put it. Like I like those. I just wish I had,
He's got a point
whatever.
here. Will has a really good point here. What an item is worth and finding a buyer are two different things. And he,
Yeah.
it's an item is only as worth as much as somebody's willing to pay for it. I agree with that.
Yeah, and I haven't really been like advertising it. It's just like I posted it in the group. Someone told me I should cut the box open so it devalues. They told me I should cut it open to see what was in there. Obviously I'm not doing that. That's a bad idea.
So here's a good idea from our good friend Destination Switch.
Nah, pass.
Oh, Marcus, she burned you.
Yeah, and the guy who offered like close to 10,000, he was like, "I got money. Like, whenever you're serious, let me know. We'll haggle on it." So, like, I think he's willing to even give more. it's just, it's like I just don't know. Like,
I
I
know.
don't know what to do with the sealed stuff. Like, I like the open stuff better. I like fight with that. I'm just like,
Yeah, I've been debating opening up some of my sealed stuff.
yeah.
I know this is kind of off topic, folks, but it's okay because we have a community and we have a chat room, and it's okay to do that. Bryce JW asked in the chat room.
Mhm.
He said, "Is a Steam Deck worth it?" I don't have a Steam Deck. Anybody in the chat room have a Steam Deck that would be willing to answer this question for Bryce? If that's something that you think is worth it. Oh, all right. Destination Switch says yes. Yes, it is. I sold mine. Okay. Well, there you go. What about you? Don't have one, right, Brandy?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Well, you never know what the future may hold.
Oh boy, not with RAM prices the way they are. Let's see here.
You never know.
Wait until the RAM goes down. That's what No Bars
Mhm.
Trado says. So, I do a lot more handheld gaming now that I'm older because I'm upstairs with the little one.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Will ain't dead. Handhelds are unruly children in the back seat in commuters. Why? Like I said, I've spent a lot of more time on handhelds only because sitting upstairs, if I have to watch the baby or something along the line, I can't be down here at my gaming rig. So it is kind of nice. I have thought about the Steam Deck, but I'm like, just get a gaming PC.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my thinking on that. It really depends. Get a Neo Geo.
Yeah, go for it.
You could still buy them. Get them. Otherwise, FOMO is going to get you.
Yeah, I really think so. I think people need to jump on board with that.
I'm telling you, this is going to wake up. Then you're really going to need space to put your games and stuff.
True, they do take up. Like, I have like 7 on a shelf. It takes up more than half of the IKEA bookshelf. Like, it's pretty crazy to think about.
Well,
like, because on that shelf, yeah, I have like that. I have my full game.com like set, and then I have Neo Geo Pocket Color, and that's like all that fit on that shelf. There's really not that much space at all.
Getting back to our topic here, collected it all. When you get a full set, like if you're like, okay, I'm only going to do the set. I'm sure maybe you started out like that with the Nintendo 64. You're like, you know what?
Sure did.
I'm just gonna get the Nintendo 64 set, and then I'm done. But then you got that done, and you're like, well, it would be kind of fun to get the Super Nintendo and maybe the Genesis. And is that kind of how your mentality was for collecting that, or was there never really an intention to collect full sets for everything?
I think when I first started, I was like, I'm going to go for the N64 because it was my childhood console. I have so much nostalgia. I have my original Jungle Green childhood console from my childhood, like back in the day. I have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I have Donkey Kong 64. Like, I was like, you know what? It would be fun to get all the games that I always wanted as a kid, but I was too poor to afford. Like, I remember getting Paperboy for like a quarter up the street, and it was at a yard sale, and they had Glover for another quarter. And my grandmom gave me $1, and I was so happy because I bought like 4 games from that yard sale down the street. And I was like the happiest kid because it wasn't Christmas, it wasn't my birthday. I just got $1. It's like, I think I had to like do some chores and stuff around my grandparents' house. But like, I was so excited for that. And I played through Glover until I got stuck, and then I didn't like that game. And then I played Paperboy and I beat it. And then I just remember like playing through the rest of the games, and I loved it. So then I was like, you know what? Now that I have a little bit more money as an adult, like full-time career and all that, and I was like, let me go for the full set, North America, and I will go ahead and get them because it was a smaller library of something that I liked, and a lot of the local flea markets and game stores had all of those games, and they were willing to help me. And at the same time, I was like into reptiles, and I was getting like free tanks from people, and then I was taking those tanks and selling them and getting money to buy more N64 games. And I remember I sold some reptile stuff that I got for free. I picked it up at like the end of someone's lot in their yard, and I bought Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. And it was my childhood blockbuster with the Baltimore number 410, like the phone number.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is meant to be. It's like one of the last games that I needed. It was like $100 or something, and I took that tank and I sold it to someone for $100 and some dollars, and I got that game, and I was just so excited. I was like, I never could have afforded this back in the day. Like, I would have never been able to get that stuff. And then I completed it. And then next thing you know, I bought a Nintendo 64 sign, a light up sign from a local collector. And then he was like, oh, you should get into kiosks and this and that. And then next thing you know, yeah, it was like all downhill. And then I was like, let me get all the different controller colors. Let me get all the console colors. And then I was like, let me get the couple PAL region video games, because they didn't have that many. And then now I'm going for the Japanese set, and let's just say I only need one more for a worldwide set. I'm waiting for them to come in the mail, but as of right now, I'll make a video on it. I just need one more game, and I have a worldwide Nintendo 64
But you already
set.
own the worldwide, the one. It's just in the mail right now.
No, I didn't get it yet.
Oh, you didn't get it yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have 7 on the way in the mail, and then there's one that I still need.
But so after you got your first set, I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Oh, true. I went off on a whole tangent.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
When you got your first set, that's when you were like, I can do this, and then you decided that you wanted to go down to other sets. The reason I'm asking that question,
that's what happened. It snowballed, because then I was like, all right, I'm done. What's next? And then it was, oh, this is cool. I really like this. Like, it was just like all the things that I missed out on, I wanted to get more of.
That's why I was asking this, because what I was going to get to is this question with that. You didn't stop and say, if I go for a full set of this, and this, I'm not going to have room. Did that thought cross your mind? Or was it
never.
Just, and I'm in the same boat. That's why I'm asking this. And I'm sure a lot of other people. You thought about space after the fact, right? Like when you started getting this and you're getting down to the wire, maybe you got like 20 left and you're going, I guess it does take up a lot of room. Maybe I should think about where my next set's going to go. Like, a lot of times, like, I've done that with the Nintendo, and I don't have the full NES North American collection yet. I'm close. I'm within 300. But I've stood there and I've looked at it and going, I hope I have enough room to put this here. But I didn't think that when I first started. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get the whole collection. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's like, I think that's how people are for like the most part. Like, you kind of just like think of something and you go with it, and then like reality sets in, and that's like the sad part. Like, that's the like frustrating part. It's like, yeah, it would be so nice to upgrade this or do that, and then you start thinking about how much it costs. You think about the money. You think about the this. It's like reality doesn't set in until after, and I think that's how a lot of us get. Like, we're so excited for the next big thing, or for this or for that we don't think about the logistics of it. We don't think about, like, when you collect games and stuff, you don't think about all the shelves that you need.
Right.
You don't think about the time putting together this stuff. You don't think about the gas in your car that it takes to drive to the store.
Or the electricity that you use with the old systems.
Exactly. You don't think about if something goes wrong and you need new batteries, you need replacements, you just want to, you're impulsive. Like, you just want the next thing, and you want to have fun with it, and you don't want anything to kill your vibe. Like, you're just going.
Well, let's bring this up here too. In the chat, Retro AF, he says, game collecting as investment isn't a good start. No, you should never collect video games with the intent that it's going to go up in price and you're investing into your future. This stuff could be worth nothing tomorrow. And I wanted to bring that up for this reason. I had a guy this week tell me I was stupid for buying the Neo Geo AES Plus, because there's millions of other ways to play these games, emulate them. There's those retro little mini arcades, which I have. There's you bought them, Brandy. There's like 10 different volumes of SNK's finest.
10 games on each.
10 on each,
100
so 100 games.
Right there.
You can do that for fairly cheap. And he's like, this is a second print. It's not going to be worth anything. And I turned to him and I was like, that's just it. I don't care if they're not worth but what I paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll at least get your money back for what you paid for it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not collecting Neo Geo to be for the value. I don't collect any system. One, I don't collect any system for the value. I'm cautious of what system I get into to collect for because of the value.
Yeah.
But I don't get into. I want to play those games on the original hardware the way they were originally intended to be played. That's why I bought the system, and on a modern TV. The games, I think Neo Nest did it on his channel. The games that they offer right now, the 10 games, if you were to buy the original ones of them, they're worth like $91,000 or something like that. Because Metal Slug itself, depending on the condition, and I'm not a Neo Geo expert, but depending on the condition, it's like $40,000 to $50,000, Brandy, it's worth. Now you add all those other games in there. You can get it all for under $1,000 and play the games and enjoy the games.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, if I had a sealed in box Metal Slug First Edition, do you think I'm going to open it when it's worth $50,000 opened?
No. And
No.
that's a struggle I have with sealed games. Like, I got rid of some of my sealed games because I had them opened. And my philosophy was, if I want to play them at some point, I don't want to open up a sealed copy. So let me hurry up and get rid of those so that I keep my open stuff and then I buy more things that I want to enjoy. And that's kind of like where I stand on some of that too. Like, I'm not in it for that reason. Like, a lot of people may use some of this as an investment. And at the end of the day, like, of course you could sell things and get some money back, but are you going to get all of it back? Maybe not. Are you going to get some more money on some things, some less money? Probably. But it's like he even said too, game the way you want. I can't stand people that tell you how to do it. Like, we're all in this doing things our own direction. Like,
that's right.
We're having fun with it. Like, I play when I can, I collect when I can.
That's it.
Sometimes it seems like I collect a little bit faster than what I play, and that's natural because you can click a button on eBay and order 7 games real quick, and you can barely even get a load screen up, like, to play the game. So it's just like, I'm just having fun with things. I'm not in it for the money, but I do keep money in mind. Like, I'm not going to buy something that's overpriced at a convention if I could get it cheaper somewhere else. Like, that's just, something like that. It's just, you have to keep that in mind at the end of the day, but you also have to have fun with it. And I think the thing that people don't understand is, of course, you can emulate everything, and it takes away, like, your whole game room. You could get all of that loaded onto your computer, and you could play everything.
Yep.
But where's the joy in that? I think the thing that we all love is, like, with the Neo Geo, a lot of people could not afford that. I was not even born. I was born, but I was little.
She was little.
Like, definitely didn't have one of those back in the day. I didn't know anyone.
She didn't know what it was.
Yeah, like, I didn't even know about it. So, like, is it something cool that I'd like to experience now? Of course. Did I play the games in the arcades growing up? Of course. Do I know what that stuff is nowadays? Do I own a Neo Geo AES? Yes. Do I want to play more games on the way that it was designed and made to do? Yes. Can I play them on the Switch with my collections? Yes. Am I enjoying that? Yes. But is it the same? Not quite. So it's like, just have fun with it and do your own thing and don't listen to the naysayers.
Well, and I agree, because Neo Ness says that in his videos all the time. Collect and play the way you want to collect and play, and that's kind of what CC Games says. And I agree with it. I've said that, quoted his quote for a while. But there's a fun little question in my chat room. I figured I'd put it up here so everybody could see it here. Fun question. Would you trade your collection to witness a UFO up close in person? I think if I was one of those people that were into aliens and extraterrestrials and was, like, out looking for alien abductions and I was into that sort of thing, maybe I would. But at this stage of my collecting, and no, I wouldn't trade it. Brandy?
No. And the reason why I say that is, like, obviously that would be a cool experience if in fact that, like, were, you know, like, if that could be, like, proven. I'm a very, like, I guess, like, sciencey person, so, like, I would need to see, like, whatever, but nowadays it's like AI and the way that things are, and then you watch all these documentaries and stuff and people believe some things versus, not. Maybe I'd trade a few games in to witness something like that if I could have definite proof about it. But also at the same time, do you even know what they would do? Would I get, like, sucked up and, like, gone and I just, like, got rid of my games and I
They'd probably
disappeared?
take
Like,
you up on the ship and ask you to decorate their game room with your collection.
I'd be for that. I give up a couple games. I go up to a different area. I'd organize their game room, and then they could safely put me back here, and I can live to tell the tale.
Master Games Guru in your chat room is saying, I'd keep my collection. Yeah, I think you're dealing with a lot of geeks and nerds in here. I think the majority of them are going to keep their collection. I think a better question maybe would have been, like, if you had that one game for whatever system. Let's just use stadium events for the sake of it. Yeah, it's an expensive game. Would you trade your whole collection for that one game? Even me myself having that game, I would say no. I would not do that. I
Yeah,
would
not the whole
trade it.
collection.
No.
But, like, maybe some more common things to trade up to get it. I'd let go of some common stuff to get something better potentially. But at the same time I say that, and then it's, like, hard to go through things. Like, if I had to, like, go through and eliminate a shelf, like, I'd be here all day, like, which one could I get rid of? You know?
Actually, they're saying in the chat room that they would ban Brandy from the ship's bathroom.
They probably, how, like, people always joke, like, if someone took you, they'd give you back.
Yeah.
I have a strong feeling if someone did take me, they would definitely give me back.
So Radical Reggie says, I don't know if you guys talked about it this week, but what are we playing? We've been slacking on that, and
I know.
What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually play that clip, and we're going to talk about what we've been playing this week.
Yes.
Hey, this is Michael Rickard from Wildcard Video Games. You are watching Game Masters on YouTube. Enjoy.
All right, so I don't have any video clips for you this week, but I had one that I used last week. And believe it or not, what I'm playing this week is Mario Tennis. I've been playing that on the Switch too.
Okay.
Now, I want to. If you guys haven't played Mario Tennis, let me stress this for you.
Mm-hmm.
It is not just like you get on there and you play tennis. It's not like in the old days, Brandy, of like when you get like the tennis game out and you're playing tennis back and forth. There is actually a story with this. Like, you're going through and you're playing tennis matches against Wario and Waluigi, and you get turned into the babies, the Mario babies, and you gotta train so that way you can beat the Wario brothers, and then you get up on the ship, and then you're playing tennis on that ship to advance to the next part of the map, and there's like a whole story behind it. It's kind of like a Mario game with a tennis storyline. Does that make sense? Like, instead of running through the levels, you're playing tennis. So it's really fun. It's really engaging. If you guys haven't checked it out, I'd encourage you to pick it up. It's not that expensive. First party game. I think it's like $60 I paid for it. Check it out. Let me see here if I can pull this up here. Try to do this one-handed. But oh no, okay. So they have it for $70, but I had money off at GameStop that I got it. So I don't want to say that. They'll be like, what? All right. So, like, the story plot here, like, you're going to end up playing, like, teams of, like, Bowser and stuff, and they teach you the different moves. Like there's different things that you can do, like power shots and things like that. But it's not just tennis. You're not just sitting on a tennis court the whole time, Brandy. You're
Yeah.
going through the storyline, and that's what they don't show you on these examples for it. I would encourage anybody, go check it out. Like, I'm not a tennis person per se, but this was a lot of fun. And it still is, because I'm still playing it. What about you, Brandy? What are you playing?
So I have been going through, I got all of them in the mail, finally. I was waiting on a few others before I made this second one. But since the Neo Geo hype, everything about it, I went out and I got all the, I think they're like ACA Neo Geo Selection. They're different volumes. You have volume 1 through 10, and there's 10 games on each, so there's 100 games. So I have been going through and just discovering a lot of different games, and what I've learned is that there's a couple platformers that I didn't really know existed. There's a couple puzzle games that I didn't know existed, and there's some fighting games and beat 'em ups that I didn't know existed on the Neo Geo. So I like how each compilation has something different. So it's not all 10 fighting games. It's not all 10 beat 'em ups. It's not all 10 sports games. Like they'll have like King of Fighters 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002 or whatever. Like but they don't put them in order. So like each one you're getting a different number and it's varied. And then you have the Metal Slugs on there, and then finally towards the end you get Metal Slug 2. But it's just like I'm going through and I'm discovering a few of these games, and I'm just like playing them kind of briefly because I want to see like which ones are worth my time, which are not. And I learned that there's a lot of soccer games, and I'm not interested in playing the soccer games. I feel like there's like almost 10 of those or something. So it's just, those ones are not that exciting for me, but there's quite a few of like the fighting games. Like I really love the like Real Bout, Fatal Fury, like special, like those ones. I like those ones. And there's just so many that are like so quick paced, and they're just a lot of fun where you can get several, fights in and just have a good time with it. So
I know Reggie's giving me crap. He's like, you said that last week that you were playing it. I did, but believe it or not, I've been playing it because the story sucked me in. And that's the only game I really have been playing with that. But I thought about doing what you did, Brandy, and buying the 10 Switch games.
yeah, look.
And then I was like, what? Like what?
I convinced other people. I convinced Groundbound Gaming. So, Brandy, I watched your video about those Neo Geo ACA collections for the Switch and bought them all yesterday.
See, this is what happens when she's on rehab and sitting on the couch. She buys these games. I don't know if you saw my short, Brandy, to Brandy's choice of what she's been playing. You can go right now. I think it goes through May 12th or it's May 2nd. I don't remember, but if you want to, I have a YouTube short up about it. In the Nintendo eStore, the Metal Slug games normally are like $8 to $10.
Yep.
You can get them right now for $3.99. I did a short on it. I bought a few of the Metal Slug games because I wanted them on the Switch. Yes, they're digital, Reggie. But I did want to get them on the Switch just so I could play them portably, and it's a better emulation than what the Neo Geo X Gold was. So I just wanted to play them. You know what I mean? It'll hold me over until I can get my Neo Geo AES, Brandy. But right now, if you're interested and you're not buying an AES, go on the Nintendo eStore, type in Metal Slug. I don't believe it's for any other Neo Geo games. I think it's just the Metal Slug games.
Yeah, I think so.
And they're $3.99 each, which is a good deal considering some of those games are kind of can be pricey. So $4, you can get a nice if you're into the Neo Geo Metal Slug games. Yeah, Reggie, I got to get back to that one too. Resident Evil. I gotta get back on that, man. This weekend, hopefully. I gotta get on that game. Maybe I'll play that before the podcast when we're on with you guys Saturday night. City of Wolves, they're talking about free 99. You must be out of your mind. Yeah, Metal Slug Anthology. I think they even have, what is it, Metal Slug XX, which was kind of like the newer one that they made. Radical Reggie. Digital, what do you guys think about Song DRM 30? They check your games. Yeah, we talked about that in the beginning.
Yeah. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about it too tomorrow on the podcast. That
yeah,
we're
we don't
want
to give all our thoughts away tonight because then nobody will want to tune in to hear our thoughts tomorrow night on the.
Yeah, because you guys
show.
will have to see us because we're going to be over on my buddy's channel, Red Bandana Gaming. So if you guys want to check out that channel, and you know he does a podcast, so we'll be on there at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, over on his channel. And we'll get into that a little bit more. I'm sure we're going to talk about some other things too. And we're just going to keep this party going all the way till Saturday.
Because on Saturday, we are going to be, I had to can't mess up Will's nice artwork. We will be on the PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast. That'll be 10 p.m. Eastern time. Mm-hmm. They're going to keep us up late on a Saturday night because we're old. Brandy's got her cane. I've got my kids. And but we're going to be there. The Game Masters, we will be there to hang out. If you didn't get enough of us, we'll be hanging out.
Pizza.
Will's bringing pizza? Is that what you said? Or is it Reggie?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to have pizza. So if you guys want pizza, come over and join us.
See, I might even have some commotion here, guys, because I usually have game night Saturday nights. So you might actually get to see what gamers do on a Saturday night. Like, we don't just shelf collect. So I'll have kids probably in here. You'll see them in the background. They'll be playing arcades or whatever, or playing consoles and stuff. Sean says that's fine. I mean, heck, it's a gaming podcast. Why not have games? You know, people going. Yeah. If you guys want, if you can help out there, Mr. Darrell, as an operator in these channels, if you can post the links to the podcast channels that we're on, and I don't know if Brandy can get in. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that one up real quick.
But if Will, if you want to post the link to the YouTube channel for the PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast, if it doesn't come through, let Darrell know. Darrell will make sure that it goes through, and we'll be on hanging out with those guys. And Reggie will probably give me crap about digital games. Hopefully, James will get my back. And not let Reggie beat up on me too bad. But that's coming up this weekend. We've got a list. And Brandy was actually on a show yesterday. I was in there harassing everybody in the chat room.
Yeah, that was a fun one too. Mike's Gaming Gala. If anyone knows him or wants to check it. It's actually a fun time. We were talking more about the Neo Geo and some other like fun little things. I learned a lot. So that was
so tomorrow night's 9:30.
Yes.
Eastern time. That's when the show starts on their channel.
I put the link in my chat so that you guys can check it. I'm also going to go ahead and share like the thumbnails and the links like on Instagram, like in the stories. It'll probably be on like Facebook or something. I'll go ahead and share it all over there.
And I'm going to grab it right now and I'm going to put it in my chat for you guys over here. This is the one for tomorrow night. The PlayStation Ain't Dead. The PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast, if you guys can put it in there, the link to the channel so people know, that's at 10 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night. So you guys can have a link to their channel. Make sure you subscribe so you know when they're going to be live. That way you guys know when they're going to be live, because they have a bunch of different guests on all the time. So every week I tune in, whether I'm in chat or not. I might message a little bit, but I mainly keep it on in the background while I'm playing games. It's the only podcast I listen to on a Saturday night. I'll have it open and I listen to these guys go, because when they talk about the Neo Geo, that is a man's console. Okay,
we're gonna have to see here.
Listen, Sean has declared the Neo Geo is a man's console. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. That's what he said.
Yeah, I know, but since I'm going to be there, we're going to have some words. So you guys don't want to miss it, okay?
You definitely...
I put both of them in my chat, so if you guys want to go ahead and, check them out, like bookmark it or subscribe or whatever you guys want to do.
This must be a spoof account because I know he's live right now. So that's not him. But he's so excited. What does he say? Don't yours start again? I'm going to get Sean going with that again. No, it was funny because Sean was like, I want to play it because it's a man's console. So I was cracking up at that. Anyways, that's Saturday night. That's tomorrow night. We're going to be live for those podcasts. The topic tomorrow is that DRM that we're going to be discussing on that show. I'm sure he's got some other topics at hand, but you're going to get to hear our opinions in depth on that show. Do you have anything else coming this week? I got to do a video this week myself, but I've just been so busy at work. We have a deadline coming up.
I'm doing that part 2. So I did the first part of that, the Neo Geo ACA compilation selections, volume 1 through 5. I did a video on, and I showed 50 games, 50 gameplay of the games, and talked about my brief experiences, going through them. And now I'm doing the other 50. So it's volume 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I already filmed it. I'm just working on editing because it takes several hours to get the gameplay in there. But I am working on that. That's coming out as well. And then I'll have a couple, hopefully, like lighter videos coming on some things. I have like some ideas that I've been throwing around. I'm just trying to figure out how to, get all the creative stuff going. So I'll have plenty of stuff coming. And then, like he said, something at the end of next month. We have something else coming right before a convention, and we have some fun things going on. So you guys really don't want to miss out. Definitely check out both of our channels. And then if you guys aren't here now, watching the live of this and you're watching later, you can also listen as well. Yep. So we are like all over the place on Podbeam. It's like Spotify and all those other
iHeartRadio.
Yeah. There's like a whole list of them.
Yep.
So you guys can listen as well. But obviously it's like more fun to actually, kind of see this.
Insane D Gamer wants to know, are we coming to SoCal? We never got an invite, and that's a big trip for us to take.
I think it's the same week as Korgs.
Oh, we'll be at Korgs then. Yeah, we didn't get invited to Korgs. We got some stuff there. Yeah, I'm hopefully gonna have a video. I got some. It's not gonna be another Neo Geo video, but I do have some stuff. I don't think it'll be a Neo Geo video. And my shorts. If a lot of guys have been liking my shorts, here's my Mega Man.
Where's his legs?
Well, they're being printed right now. So I got the top half of Mega Man done. He's looking kind of cool. I have the really big one too of that. Yeah. But what I wanted to show is, because like I said, Carlos has been so generous. This is going to be going to Carlos. Project Retro Games. I got his Sonic finished this week, so I got to box it up this weekend and get it sent out to him. I have a few, but I'm waiting because I have a few other things I want to put in there that I got to finish. But doesn't he look cool?
Yeah,
he's got his.
It's like the shiny, like but he looks like me. Like he looks hardcore, like but cool. He got some swag.
He's got his little iPhone up here that actually is removable. He's got his got his Jordans on, and they're the actual Jordans. I know you can't see it, but it's got. Go look at my short. You can see it. But we're gonna get that out to Carlos. Like I said, he didn't ask for anything. He's just been very generous sending stuff out, and I was like, you know what? You make games, I make statues. So I'm gonna send him out a statue for his game room, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. And like I said, I've been having updates. People have been liking the updates for the 3D prints that you can make for your game room. So I've been kind of keeping those shorts going. And Brandy, I'm at 17,500 subscribers. We're getting close to the 18,000 mark.
Nice.
So I'm curious.
Killing it.
What are you at? Almost 21,000, or did you hit 21,000 yet?
I'm at. I picked up just a little bit. I'm over 20,500. I'm at 20,581. So I'm getting closer to 21,000, guys. It's been a slow crawl, but we're doing it.
So before we wrap this up, we wanted to tell everybody we're keeping track of that for a reason, but we've got a lot of really cool stuff planned this summer. We're going to be at a bunch of different conventions. I know for a fact we're going to be at Korgs, we're going to be at Cleveland, we're going to be at Pittsburgh. We still haven't heard from Chase for sure if we're going to be going to the one in North Carolina.
Yeah, I think I had to check back in.
We got Merge in Michigan, the Kalamazoo will be there. And we also, I think the final one, you're still not sure if you're going to make it, but hopefully you can. The one Columbus for at the end. That's in
GDEX?
mid-October. GDEX. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to be unveiling the new Game Masters broadcast area, which we think that
I'm
you guys
excited.
will like.
I am so excited on that. Let's not give it all away.
There's going
But
to be.
I'm telling you, this is something that you guys have not seen. Like this is crazy. Like when he showed me that like things could be like this, like it is wild. I'm excited though, so you guys will just have to wait and see because we do have some big things coming.
Yeah. So, and thank you, Reggie, also,
That's so nice.
for your support. Reggie was really supportive too. I lost my channel, but I went through some things over at Christmas time. Brandy knows. I just wasn't sure if I wanted to keep going. I didn't know if I should. I was struggling. I was quitting, and Reggie was checking in.
Don't stop. I was like, don't stop. You have to stay at it. This is your time. This is your moment.
And here we are.
Look at you. You're killing it.
But
every week.
But Reggie was also one that was messaging me every other day, like, "How are you doing?" And listen, this is what I do to get over the funk. And he would tell me like, "Play this game or check this game out," or he was constantly messaging me, checking in on me. And so these are things that people don't see behind the scenes that, he took the time to reach out and stuff. And so I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for everybody here. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. And one of these conventions, Brandy, we got to have pizza.
Yeah, everyone keeps talking about pizza, but I don't see any pizza. So
you saw I tagged Gary, and I told Gary, I was like, you got to make some pizza.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something.
Get some pizza.
But that's the thing that I love about this community. People coming together, people making things fun, checking in when times get tough, encouraging. Like, I think everything is it's going great. Like, everyone's so nice. We're all the cool people in both chats here, not just one, but both chats. Like, we're all just having a good time. And I think that that's what this is about. Like, you guys are awesome.
Oh, look at this. The PlayStation Ain't Dead crew. Look who comes in at the last minute here. We're about ready to wrap. Will and Reggie. Look who just shows up after all this. What the heck? This guy.
You summon and then they arrive. They show up.
So, anyway, we got all that stuff coming up. We're going to let you guys know what is coming as we get more information. The reason why we're not disclosing everything yet, we want to make sure everything's solidified.
Yeah.
Contracts are signed. The T's are the T's are crossed. The I's are dotted. But there is going to be a lot of stuff this summer and we're not going to be one of them channels that just say, "Hey guys, big things are coming," and nothing big is coming.
Yeah.
We have some stuff planned, and the first big thing is happening at the end of May, and we'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say this part of it, Brandy, that we're doing it with one of our first official sponsors? Can I say that? I guess I did. I guess I did. We're going to be there for an actual, you guys will get to see that on video for our actual, I don't know what you want to call it, a signing?
What? Don't tell them everything. Let's just wait. Let's just wait.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it go. Well, we'll leave you guys with that. Korg's is in Columbus. Yes, that is in Columbus at the Bricker Center, I think it's called. And the one in Kalamazoo is Merge, MRGE. We're going to be guests up there. If you go to MRGE, I think it's .com. Am I correct in that?
I know it's like all over the socials, so.
Yeah, just look for MRGE, go to their website, you'll see. We're going to have a booth and such, but we got some really, really cool things coming that we think we'll be able to take you guys on with us, even though you guys won't be here physically. You'll be able to.
You could be here digitally.
You'll be here digitally.
No.
So it'll be a lot of fun. And that's coming up. Yeah, we'll make it like a WWE contract signing. We can get the steel chairs. No, Brandy's not going to hit me with a steel chair.
Just my cane.
Well, maybe her cane. She might be.
Yeah, that can get pretty violent,
Oh, Sean says he still hasn't made it home. That's why he, okay.
That's okay.
Game Master sponsored by Pizza Hut. Darn it, they figured it out. Dang it.
Wouldn't that be something?
Give me your hat. You know what, Reggie? We're gonna see about. I'll see about bringing you one when you're in Pittsburgh. You're coming to Pittsburgh. If you're making it to Pittsburgh, if you're gonna come out, I will bring you one in Pittsburgh. So, I only have one of these hats actually. I need to order
I had
another
one,
one.
and then someone got it at the last convention I went.
We're gonna
to.
see about having some of the merch. You guys can buy it online if you like. We don't sell it to make a profit on it.
Mhm.
We sell it for what we pay for it because we don't really care. We're not trying to make a profit on it, but we will have some of this stuff to be able to be purchased with us at the different conventions that we're at the Game Masters booth. So,
yeah, we have plenty of like free stickers and pins and things like that. That's all free. So definitely stop by whatever booth or table or set up and just, check out what you can. But we do have some stuff that you guys can buy as well.
So
yeah, I know.
We'll have
spill
it.
The beans.
I'm not gonna spill no beans.
He'll be tweeting about it later.
Hey, you never know. You never know. Guys, what's this? I have a Game Masters pin on my jacket. Oh, you must have ran into Sean at some point. Oh, maybe down at Siege last year when you were there. He probably got one. So
yeah, one of those. Yeah.
She's not even paying attention. She's tuned out already now. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go, if you have not, folks in my chat room, if you haven't gone over to youtube.com/gamerahmer, make sure you go over and subscribe. Help her get to 21,000 subscribers.
One day.
You won't be sorry. She's got great content. And guys, if you like the stuff that I do and you want to come over to my channel, for those that are on her channel, youtube.com/thetechbuzz is my channel, and together we make the Game Masters. So we don't want you to forget about that channel. And that's youtube.com/Game Masters podcast. Am I right? I have it as a shortcut on my thing, so I just click on it. But Game Masters.
Smart.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast because you don't get to tune in live when we're live and you want to listen to it on your way.
Podcast.
The Game Masters podcast on YouTube. You can go to thegamemasters.podbean.com, and if you're into Apple, if you're an Android user, if you're Spotify, if you're Pandora, if you're iHeartRadio, it doesn't matter. Our podcast is up on all those platforms. Immediately after the show's over, within 15 minutes, we'll have it uploaded. You'll be able to listen to it tomorrow on your way to work because you tuned in late like Sean did. That's the kind of support we get from Sean. At least the rest of his crew supports us, but that's okay. I'll have a talk with Sean on Saturday. Speaking of which, all jokes aside, Ain't Dead Games. If you look him up on YouTube, he's been grinding, man. Let me tell you, Sean has been grinding, putting YouTube video after YouTube video out. Go out and subscribe to his channel. He's trying to get his numbers up. I think. Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're like, what, over 100 now? I think, how many does he have to do to get live or be able to change his handle? Is it like 500?
I thought it was just 100 that you need.
Oh, is it 100?
He has
okay.
178, 16 videos already.
Yeah, let's get him to 500, guys. Come on, that's a milestone. Between the two chat rooms here, we should be able to do that. Get in there and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Even though he shows up to our show with like 2 minutes left, I mean, I'm going to support him.
Yeah.
You know. 178 subs. So go subscribe to Sean, and we'll give him flack on Saturday night. Guys, we really appreciate it. Anything else you want to Will's like, you tell him.
Yeah, go subscribe and you might get pizza.
Sean's bringing pizza? Is that what I heard? Sean's bringing
that's
pizza?
What I just heard.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
About he's giving pizza away to the subscribers.
Oh, that's what I heard too. Okay. No problem, Sean. I know he's gotta work, but guys, we really appreciate you tuning in. We will see you next Wednesday for more of the Game Masters. And if we don't see you tomorrow and Saturday, we'll see you next week. Right? See you. Bye.
Hello, I'm Chris Sebastian from Play It Games, Movies, and Music, serving Central Ohio with 3 locations. You are watching Game Master.
good show. That was a long show. What are you doing here? The show's over. What are you doing? Go away. What are you doing? Do you see this? Look.
What are you doing in there?
Why are you here? The show is over. Go home.
Go
Get
away.
lost.
Oh my gosh. Just in our house?
Yeah, go away.
Wonder how much more I can actually fit into this shower here. I feel like I have plenty of room to go ahead and put more stuff. Wait, why are you guys here? You guys aren't supposed to see this. I'm not doing anything in here. This isn't storage. You guys need to get out of here. Go. Go home. Go. Get out of here. Stop watching. You don't need to see anything in here.